Hello, Oakview friends. I am missing seeing you in our music classroom. I thought this week we would do some work with reading music on the treble clef staff. So I'm going to start by drawing a staff. Do you remember how many lines I need for it to be a staff? What's that? I think I heard you say 5. What do you know? That's what I have on my dry erase board. You don't have to have a dry erase board for this to work. You can use scrap paper, you can do it with crayons, you could do, if you've got a dry erase board, it works great. It doesn't have to be that. But you need to have your 5 lines. And in music, we always start counting at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do we start counting at the bottom, you ask? Because those are the rules. Now, over here at the beginning, I need a clef sign. We use the treble clef in music. Treble means higher sounds, and our voices and the instruments we use have higher sounds, so that's why we use the treble clef. As you get older, you'll learn about bass clef maybe, or even alto clef if you join orchestra and play the viola. But treble clef is what we've spent most of our elementary careers on, and I'm not changing gears now. So there you go. This is a musical staff and our cute little treble clef over here. Now, when this treble clef is here, it tells me what the names of the lines are. If there's a treble clef, the lines have to be E, G, B, D, and F. It's just the rules of the road. It's got to be E, G, B, D, F. I learned long ago, E, G, B, D, F, E, G, B, D, F. Those are the lines of the treble clef. My piano teacher taught me every good bird does fly. I've taught you in the music classroom about the story of Mr. Everybody who lives here, and there's a good guy who lives here. The bad boy lives in the middle with 2 people above and below to keep an eye on him. Mr. D lives here, Mr. Deserves, and then Fudge Face lives up here. He eats fudge all the time, so he's got fudge on his face, so they call him Fudge Face. E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy deserves fudge. This week I'm going to challenge you, knowing those E, G, B, D, F, I'm going to challenge you to come up with your own little, they call it a mnemonic device, to help you remember. Perhaps you want it to be 11 goats bought donuts Friday. And that's how you could help you remember the names of the lines of the treble clef. 11 goats bought donuts Friday. Maybe you're not into goats. Maybe you're not into donuts. It could be even George begs daily. Friends. Even George begs daily, friends. I don't know. It's corny, I know. You are tasked with coming up with your own magnificent idea. E, G, B, D, F. You may not change those letters. It has to remain E, G, B, D, F. Now, if you want to learn how to draw that cute little treble clef, I'll start with a staff. I'm just going to scribble 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if you want to draw your very own treble clef, start at the bottom of your staff. Make a little dot, and now go up. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to about the middle line. I'm going to make kind of the first half of a bump of a B. I went just beyond that line, didn't I? And now I'm going to swing it around like a G. Wasn't my very best, probably because I'm drawing it upside down and it looks a little backwards to me. Up, around, back, and twirl. Ooh, that was pretty good. Let me try one more time. Dot, up, first half of a B, then a G, and a swirl. And now you have made your very own treble clef. It's treble, friends, not trouble. Treble, because treble means those higher sounds that our voices and our instruments in elementary music classroom it's usually the range they're in, treble sounds. So I don't know what you're going to come up with. E, G, B, D, F. 11 girls baked. I don't know what they're going to bake, and I don't know when they're going to bake, how it's going to work. But you come up with that. If you need something more because that's too easy for you, let's talk about the spaces in between the lines. Super duper quick. I'm just scribbling a new staff and putting in my E, G, B, D, F. Those are the lines of the treble clef. And then I'm going to change colors for you. So if you think about it, there is a space right here. It has a name. If you think about E and G, you know what lives between them. F, yes. G and B. Now that one might not be quite as obvious unless you remember the musical alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After G, before B, we need an A right there. B, something, D, we know C should go in there. D, something, F. We know E is the missing letter there. So it ends up from bottom to top. It says face. Face in the space. That works. It works well for me. Maybe if that doesn't work for you, you come up with fantastic animals catch eggplant. I don't know. If you don't like my face in the space, come up with your own way to remember it. Okay? So the challenge for the week, draw a staff. See if you can make a treble clef. E, G, B, D, F. Come up with your own saying how you're going to remember those lines of the treble clef, E, G, B, D, F. Take a picture of it. Email it to me. Check in office hours and show me. Or comment on the blog. Just say, oh, I used blah, 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 and tell me what you came up with for your great idea. All right? Sounds easy enough for me. You kids are brilliant. I miss you. Take care. Stay safe. Listen to your adults and get all your homework done. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.